Today, we're going to talk about how to complete your bathroom budget project. So first priority is you want to fill in this first page. Paraphrasing, which remember means you're just picking out keywords and phrases to fill in this graphic organizer. I want you to see how all of these things relate between what your responsibilities are, to how much education you need, to how many hours you work a week, and how these all correspond to one another. Once you have this page filled in, you're going to skip over this section for today. This is an extension activity, and you only complete it after you've completed all of the other pages in this packet. You are then going to move down here to the second page. This page is the actual budget you will be creating based on the career or job you chose. So first, here in the directions, it tells us to type our gross monthly income on line 1 in the totals column. So right here, I'm going to place in my totals column the gross monthly income. This is the income you find on your website. It is not one that comes after taxes. So this is what you're signing up for, how much you think you will be earning a month. So from our website, I'm going to make the math really easy for us. We're going to say that I make $3,000 a month. If I do that before taxes, I need to figure out how much I'm giving to the government to pay for all of our roads, schools, libraries. I will then continue with my directions. In order to figure out, I need to first convert all percentages to decimals. So I'm going to take you over here now to see a little example of this. If I have 30%, and that is a fraction, I want to write it as 30 over 100. Now, if I look at this and I know that 30 over 100 and 100 has 2 zeros, I'm going to move my decimal point 2 spaces to the left. So that's going to look like this. And I'm going to end up with 0.3. So all three of these equal the same thing. It's just written as a percentage, a fraction, and then a decimal point. So you're going to keep repeating this process anytime you see a percentage. So for example, if you have 80%, so I have 80%, please excuse my handwriting on this paint, but if I have 80%, that will then equal 0 as my placeholder, 0.8. And same thing for 60%, it'll be 0.6. Where it gets a little bit tricky is if it's only one digit, so like 7%, I need to have a placeholder. So that's going to equal 0.07. If I do 0.7, that's actually 70%. So you got to be careful. You're just going to take the 2 zeros here and always move your percentage point 2 spaces to the left for every time you have a percentage. So if we come back here, I help you with this first one. 30% I tell you is going to equal 0.3. So you're going to multiply 0.3 by your monthly total. So if you need help, you can always use a calculator. So I'm going to type in that again. So 3,000. And I'm going to multiply by 0.3. And then do not be alarmed. It's going to be a small number. That's good because if you look here, we are going to subtract or take away 900 from 3,000. Once again, if you need help, you can use a calculator, but I can do this one in my head. I know that it's 2,100 or 2,100. For every single problem after this, I'm always going to use the available monthly income. That is how much you're actually going to get deposited in your bank account. That is this line here for line number 3. So for example, savings and retirement, I'm going to take 10%. I'm going to convert that to a decimal. It'll be 0.1. So then you can use your calculator if you need to. You will take 2,100 and you're going to multiply it by 0.1. This will then give you, once again, hopefully a nice small number. You will put that number here. You're then going to continue to spend all the way down here. And then at the very end, we're going to add up all of your expenses. We want to make sure this number, number 13, is less than the available monthly income you have. If it's a larger number, you're going to go into debt. Now, where we have some trouble is for different school choices, you're going to choose what school you go to, and then how many years is going to depend on what you find on the website. If you need a bachelor's degree, that'll be 4 years. If you need a master's, 6, and so on and so forth. If you see something such as rent and mortgage, where it says refer to housing options, back in Google Classroom, I have attached a few documents here, and you're going to just find what you need. So for these housing, there's 2 pages. You're going to scroll down. You're going to find a house or an apartment that you like that's within your budget, and you're going to purchase it. So, I like this one. I'm going to rent it. So I'm going to go back to my budget, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to type in 600, and I just bought a house. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment in Google Classroom, and I'll get back to you. You are going to have the entire class period today, and if you guys need it, we can have the next class period as well to work on your budget assignment.